What's going on, guys? It's Kyle again with DTOM Knives and Gear, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Reate Jack. This is on loan from my good friend Doug, Sharp_Marbles, a very, very good friend of the channel, and a lot of my other friends. He has brought a lot of knives to my channel, Lefty's channel. He's just a really cool dude, and we love him dearly. He's got one hell of a collection, and he's really good at his pictures on Instagram. Definitely go follow him on Instagram. Link will be down below. He's just a super cool guy. And he recently bought this guy. He messaged me and was like, look at this, look what I've got going. And basically, as soon as he got it in, I think it was just a day or two, he sent it my way because he knows this is a Kyle-sized knife. Been getting a lot of slack here lately because I've been having some smaller knives on the channel. But, you know, it is what it is. A lot of the knives that I have had on the channel have been smaller, but have the ergonomics that work well with big hands. This one is a big boy. And I've always wanted to try this knife. You might remember, if you are subbed to the channel, that I had the Reate Jack 2.0, which was the version. This one is an integral. That other one, the 2.0, was an integral that had a replaceable blade that came with like an M390 comb that was loaned in from my good friend Stud Fishing. I really, really liked that knife, and I had looked at it, you know, online and stuff and in pictures for a while. Was able to get a hold of that, and I really, really liked it. This one was the first Jack, which came as an integral, and as you can see, it has that same kind of really nice milled pattern that the 2.0 had. Just an excellent feat of manufacturing, because why? Well, it's Reate. Reate knives are pretty much, are hands down, the best manufacturing overseas. They do absolutely phenomenal work. I've only really had, I guess maybe this one in the Jack 2.0, that is just a Reate knife. Most of the other Reate knives that I've had on the channel have been collaborations with other designers. Let me tell you, they just kill it. I mean, Reate kills it almost 100% of the time on everything that I have actually handled from them, and this is no exception. Big O titanium integral with brass inlays. So it's a frame lock with the integral, but you do have the overlays here, as you can see. Just an amazing feat. Integrals are absolutely so freaking cool. I have one in the collection. I don't have an integral as of right now. I'm going to have to try to get one, but I don't know which one I want. The Jack is definitely a contender. It's just an amazing feat of manufacturing to take one solid piece of titanium and mill it to make the handles, house the hardware, everything for this knife. It really is a feat. I really, really enjoy it. Of course, also in Reate fashion, this is an M390 blade, which, as you can see, is substantial. It is a big old boy. Big old long blade. And then I also want you to see, look at that Damascus pivot collar with the blue hardware. An absolute wonderful combination of colors. This is now they have a few different variations. They also have a carbon fiber, which obviously the carbon fiber is going to be a much lighter knife than the one with the brass, because yeah, this is a heavy knife. But you guys know me. I don't care. I carry a lot of heavy knives, some of the bigger stuff. So that doesn't bother me. If you're looking for a nice EDC style knife, this is definitely not going to be for you, for a couple of reasons. First, it's big, it's heavy, and also it's expensive. It's Reate, and it's a Reate integral. So that is going to translate to a higher price tag. You're looking at about $450 for this guy. So, yeah, not steep. I'm not expecting a lot of people to just say, I need a knife, which one to buy? Let's buy the Reate Jack, right? But if you are a knife enthusiast, collector, I can totally see people buying this, and of course they are. They're very, very popular. I will put a link down below because I'm pretty sure that the retailers actually have these in stock right now. If they do, the links will be down below, so you can go check them out. The different variations. The carbon fiber is pretty slick, but this brass, as you can see, it's already kind of patinaed, even since I've had it on the channel, because it was pretty new, like I said, whenever I got it from Doug. So what are some of the great things about this knife and all Reate made knives that I really, really enjoy? Well, first of all is the fit and finish. The fit and finish of this guy is absolutely stunning. What they've done with the blade, what they've done with the scales, the hardware, the really nice pocket clip, which works well, not deep carry, but it does work very, very well. And I love the little detail right there on the inside of that pocket clip. Just freaking amazing. The other thing they do well is their detents and their action. So this is a big knife, okay? And I was worried whenever I got this that the detent was going to be lacking, because usually with a flipper and a big blade, it can be a little soft, and then that translates to not being able to deploy the knife 100% of the time. Not on this one. The detent is actually, I would consider to be strong, which is what I like on a flipper-only knife, especially one of this size. I cannot fail this knife. It has such an awesome detent. You get to the break point, and because it's strong, as soon as you get to the break point, it's still going to come out. I really love it. Now, also, sometimes you get out of your pocket and you'll kind of do that number if you're used to carrying very light detent flippers, right? But as long as you give it the gas, you don't have to give it the gas, but as long as you actually have a full purchase on that thing, it's coming out, and it's coming out fast. And it's so satisfying with this very, very big blade. Another thing is the closing action. Of course, running on bearings, and it just falls shut, smooth, controlled, fall shut. Money. Very satisfying, very fun to play with. Now, obviously, flipper only, so I do get bored of flipper onlys. However, this one is really, really nice because it does have that strong detent, which I don't find a lot on just flipper only knives. So I'm really, really happy about that. So, Kyle size knife, right? How are the ergos? Well, the ergos are amazing. The reason is you've got so much handle here. You've got, look at my big meat hooks, and they've still got some sticking out. In this backed up grip, my thumb lands on the Poon Spoon from Kevin Lefty EDC, his trademark term. And then, of course, you have a very nice finger troll. The finger troll might be a little small for my big fat fingers, but it works. And then my thumb right there on the little Poon Spoon, very nice control, very comfortable knife to cut with. Like on the Gavco designs, you know, where you have the multiple cutouts on the blade, I would rather it not have the second one. The first one would be fine, and I kind of wish it would just kind of come up because that is very comfortable, and I love this area for my thumb. The jimping is way back here, and it's very small, and it's just useless. I don't know why it's even there. But you do feel locked in, and it feels amazing. I don't know why this one's up here. I mean, you could put your thumb, and I have put my thumb here. It's not the best because now I feel too far up the blade where my big old sausagey fingers are getting a little too close to the edge there. But in this grip, works great, feels great, and it's got the ergos that I like. So, you know, and of course, in a lot of different grips, all the grips that you are ever going to cut it in. I mean, this thing feels amazing in every single one of them. You do have jimping on the flipper tab, but it is, you know, not really aggressive. It's only like 2 little spots there that gives you the grip that you need. I almost wish it was a little bit stronger because of the strong detent, or a little bit rougher. That way it is a little bit more secure because, like I said, because of the strong detent, I pulled it out of my pocket, and I've done this a couple of times. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't think it's a bad thing. The centering is right down the middle. You can see the cutout there, the round cutout. Oh, it's just, it's just really, really nice. If you've never handled an integral, it is a different experience. It is very, very solid. This thing is not thin. It is actually pretty thick, which I like, of course, filling out the big meat hooks here. It is just, when I put it in hand, it feels like it belongs there. It feels like it's a part of my hand to go do some cutting and some work. Now, is somebody going to buy this knife to beat on? I guarantee you there are people out there that do. This knife to me is kind of a big, flashy knife to carry on occasion. I don't see a lot of people carrying this as an EDC every single day of the week, putting this in their pocket. But something that's just, you know what, I want to carry this today. I'm feeling flashy, kind of just, you know, something nice on you that is also very capable as a tool. I can see that for sure. You do have a very nice satin blade, kind of a fingerprint magnet, but you do have a very nice satin blade, and you can see the different grind lines between where the swedge is, the actual bevel, and then, of course, the flats. The flats are going this way, the bevel's going this way, and the flat is, the swedge is also going in that direction. Just a little bit of contrast there. Very beautiful blade. Like I said, I just could do without the second little poon spoon. How does it cut? Well, it cuts really good. It is very, very sharp. Reate knives have always come sharp from everything that I have had. It is kind of thick behind the edge. Even with this very tall blade, the grind really only goes up to maybe 65, 70%. I don't know. Something close to there. And it's a very nice grind, but it is about 28 thousandths behind the edge. So a little thicker than most of your heavy-duty slicers. Your EDC slicers, mind you. But I did get permission from Doug, _Multibles, to do the cut test. I'm still only going to do the cardboard and the paracord. I'm not going to do the twisted sisal rope, even though he did say I could do it, because it's not my knife. It's very abrasive. This is a very pretty blade. It's, it's almost new. So yeah, but cardboard, absolutely wonderful, right? Even with the 28 thousandths behind the edge, the blade geometry works very, very well for cardboard because you have a very tall grind. The blade thickness is not overly thick, but it's not too thin, right? I think it's a pretty nice in the middle range. What did I say it was? As far as 170 thousandths, which that's what the paper says. I should listen to the paper. It's always right. So 170 thousandths, thick for most people, but as you saw, it sliced through the cardboard like nothing. Let's see what it does with a push test with the paracord. Absolutely wonderful. The edge, the bevel, everything is even. It's a Reate, and it's always done very, very well. It's heavy, though. I like it. I like the heavy knives. I carry things like this guy, which is the Midgard's Messer Viking, the Cold Steel 4Max. Things like this is kind of my thing. I really do enjoy carrying the big knives. Not that I need them. Most of the tasks that I do, I can handle with TRM Atom or the Quiet Carry Drift. But it's just something about these size knives, because I'm a big guy, that I love to freaking carry. So let's go ahead and turn the camera around. Let's find out how big this guy is, shall we? Do some size comparisons and some specs to get you a better idea of what this guy is really like, and just get you some close-ups. Let's do it. All right. So there you go. Look at the brass overlays over this titanium integral, just absolutely beautiful. Look at the wonderful milling pattern, integrated lanyard hole, no transitions whatsoever, perfectly centered. Trying a little thing with my lighting here, so let me know if this lighting works. The pocket clip just looks cool. I love that little attention to detail, and it works really well. It goes in and out of pocket. Really, really good pop of color. Just freaking amazing. So, as you can kind of see, Just wonderful milling, even on the inside, no machine lines, nothing like that. It's just a very well-built knife. I mean, attention to detail is crazy. And look at it in the circle. It's a big one. And I love it. How big is this guy? It's 9¼ inches overall. It is 3.94 inches for the blade length, about a 3.75 inch cutting edge, with, like I said, about 170 thousandths blade thickness of that Bowler M390. It is, of course, a drop point with a flat grind. It has a 5.24 inch handle length, about a 1¼ inch handle width, and the handle thickness is around 600 thousandths. It is thick, but I like that. Fills my big hands out very well, but I still think, even if you have smaller hands than me, that this is going to be a very comfortable knife with the ergos that it has. Let's see what it weighs. Remember, it's an integral, it's thick, and it has brass, so it's going to be heavy. 8.55, so actually it's a lot better than I thought. Is that right? That's pretty good. I mean, really, for as big of a knife you're getting, I'm actually pretty surprised. I thought it was going to be even heavier than that. So 8½ ounces, definitely not your lightweight, not your bug out, but it is not trying to be. Let's go ahead and put it up against some other larger knives in the collection. Here it is against the Evolution. This is the original, the 1.0, the bigger one. Definitely longer than the Evolution. One that's on loan from my good buddy Kyle J. Lanfear, Red Wolf EDC. This is the Andre de Viller, the ADV Alpha. So as you can see, yes, there are bigger knives out there. This is a gargantuan knife, as you can see, next to the Reate Jack, which is big. It's still not as big as the Alpha. Stay tuned for the full review of that guy, because it is coming, and I'm really excited about it. What about some other knives? Trying to get the higher end knives, because this is definitely a higher end knife. Here is the Custom Knife Factory 523, which is the larger of the FIF family. As you can see, pretty close in overall size. You've got a little bit different blade shapes. You've got carbon fiber and zirconium, which zirconium is very heavy, and so is the brass. Here it is against a knife I haven't brought out in quite a while. Here it is against the PMP Revenge, another larger knife, but as you can see, the Reate has it still just by a little bit. Kind of hard to tell with the angle of the camera. But I mean, here's the thing, guys. You're getting titanium, brass, M390. You're getting titanium, M390 on the PMP. Where does the price difference go? This is a $200 knife, roughly. They don't make any of these anymore, so could be higher than that. But I mean, $450. This one's about $600. You know, where are you getting your prices at? It's the Reate manufacturing. The fact that it's an integral. You've got Timascus, pivot collar. Just those little touches, little details that make this knife premium in every sense of the word. Just another one to go ahead and put it up against another larger knife. Here it is against the Vero Synapse XL. Very, you know, both large knives. The Reate Jack has it even more, has the length on the has it on the Vero. Now, this is kind of a perfect example too of flippers. Okay, so this is a flipper. The flipper on the PMP Revenge is pretty dialed in, the detent on this guy. The price that you paid for these is just absolutely amazing. I really, really dig this. I am probably going to strip this. I bought it with the Lightning Strike Anno, which really looks good, but I'm thinking about just making it a bronze color. But, you know, $200, and you get really good action, really good flipping, detent. On the Vero, this is just a totally different flipping experience because of the flipper tab, but it is absolutely a lighter detent. You can feel so much of a difference, but because of the design, it flips out every single time. The Pit Boss, this is the Alpha. Not as much as you can see. It definitely can be failed. especially if you're going up like this. You know, if you're going to the side, not so much. So that's the kind of detent that I usually have with a flipper-only knife, especially with a big blade. You know, it's if you give it gas, it's going to go, but it just does not have the detent like something like this. It's just, if you like flipper-only knives, this is such a good one. And then you have Reate manufactured. You have an integral. This knife is definitely something that a knife enthusiast would look at and be like, that's just a lot going on there. Can you justify the price? Can I recommend it for the price? I can, because I really, really enjoy, and I know Reate manufacturing, and the fact that they did this so well. Now, granted, $450, you can get an American-made Hinder XM18 for $450. You can get an American-made Chris Reeves Sabenza for $450. You can get, you know, a bunch of other manufacturers. You can get the, I'm sorry, not this one. This one's cheaper than that, but the carbon fiber titanium, I don't have it here. I've got it linked out to Bearded Gear, but the Field Duty EDC, the premium version, you can get that for about $450. But guess what? It's made by Reate. So the price is good. For what you're getting, I think the price is absolute. But I get it. If you want to spend that kind of money, some people are like, I just don't know if I want to spend it for a Chinese-made knife. I get that, guys. I am a patriot. I like to buy American-made knives first. However, I just cannot deny the quality that you get with a Reate-produced knife. They are absolutely killing it every time I pick one up. So as far as overseas brands go, anything made by Reate is almost always a stamp of approval for me because of what they do. Guys, I really appreciate you stopping by. Let me know what you think of this knife in the comments. I know it's big, large, and in charge, and it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I've been getting a lot of comments to be like, hey, where's the big knives at? Well, here's your big knife. I hope you enjoyed it. Guys, stay safe in this crazy world that we're living in, and we will see you in the next one.